Long-term studies are showing that vegetarians are living longer than the general population. But can a whole foods plant-based diet improve an athletic performance? Cronkite News reporter Chris Cadeau is in Scottsdale and has more.
He's got it! He's tackling! It is all over! Alex Caceres!
The UFC's Alex Caceres is whole foods plant-based.
What a finish!
A plant-based diet consists of eating fruits, vegetables, whole grains, and legumes, excluding or minimizing meat intake. And the science shows an increase in health and performance.
If we believe the cardiovascular data, and that's real data, imagine an athlete. It's cardiovascular, so you want a clean vascular system. So if you imagine you convert an athlete into that type of diet, then that may explain the better performance that we know about.
And when you start eating this way, your mentality starts to change, your thought processes, your view on life begins to change.
At age 29, the Phoenix native has competed in 25 professional fights with a 13-11-1 record. It started as a training aid.
I used to cut weight for my fights when I was fighting at bantamweight 135, which is the reason why I began a plant-based diet to try and get as low as possible. But now I don't have to cut weight anymore. I walk roughly 10 pounds within my weight limit.
Now it's a lifestyle.
It's like a body, mind, and soul thing. And that's what I mean wholeheartedly when I'm saying what you eat is ultimately who you are. It's the fuel that's going to drive you.
Another Phoenix native and retired UFC fighter shares Caceres' views.
I've got jackfruit in here, some tofu, some peppers and onions. I make a little fajita. To me, it was how I felt, I guess, in my heart and in my mind on the difference I was making in animals. I'm not voting on that with my dollar.
According to research, the Seventh-day Adventist group in California and Canada has a congregation of 90,000 members, and they're all vegetarian. Their lifespan, 10 years longer than the general population.
Patients converting to a plant-based diet, they were able to get, most patients were able to dispense with their hypertension medications. Patients with cardiovascular disease improved.
But I can still think from it if I know I'm out of reach.
Caceres believes the diet saved his career.
I'm not going to sit here and say that a plant-based lifestyle like steroids is going to make you a better athlete and it's going to make you a better martial artist and it'll automatically give you skills. But as for me, progressing to this stage of my life would have made staying in the UFC or being successful impossible.
I don't think there's any danger, but there are deficiencies. You have a varied diet with a lot of variety. I don't think anybody should get into problems with it.
The biggest thing was this whole protein myth, and that was, the first thing anyone ever talks about is, oh, vegetarians, where do they get their protein? And that's, we don't need just an abundance of protein daily to get big and strong.
For Caceres, the decision has reshaped his mentality on life.
There was nothing stopping me, not concrete, not rock, no amount of dirt, not even if you step on me, I am resilient enough to rise back up again and keep growing. And I think that's the mindset or process that type of diet or lifestyle has led me to be in.
Proving that animal-based protein is not a necessity to compete at the highest level, at least for Caceres. In Scottsdale, Chris Cadeau, Cronkite News.
The fighters want the public to know that this transition was not easy, but thanks to the support from their community, they were able to make the change.